Hi, I'm Veronica. This time I'm going to show you a few very simple, very pleasurable movements that you can do anytime during the daytime when you feel that you've seated for too long, seated at the desk, especially if you're working from home, or if you simply stayed too long in one position. Whenever you feel like you want to get your body moving, it's a really good idea to do it quite often, even as often as once in 20 minutes, so that your fascia doesn't get stuck in one position. And the most important thing to remember is to keep your body really loose and relaxed as possible. When you do that, let your breath go freely and have as much fun with it as possible. Some of these movements are a little bit more energizing, the other ones are more soothing, so you can always choose the one that works best for you. The first one is the bounce. So it goes like this. You can either actually lift your heels rhythmically off the ground, or you don't even need to lift them, and you might just choose to rhythmically micro bend and slightly straighten the knees. So it's up to you which version you prefer. But the point is that you want to feel that everything is quite soft. And what might help you in that is the visualization that all your joints are like springs. So you can imagine you have springs in your ankles, in your knees, in your hip joints, and then lots of tiny springs all along your spine. There are also springs in your shoulders, elbows, and wrists, and maybe also in the neck. It might be a little bit harder to get your head go loose. So if that doesn't happen straight away, don't worry about it. You choose your pace. Try to keep that softness, so you can consciously try to soften your calves and thighs. Definitely let go of your buttocks and of your belly. See how much softness you can invite to the body, and if you feel like having some deeper breaths, go for it. Don't be afraid to sigh out. And you don't really need to do it all in one dimension. So if you feel like leaning forward for a moment, for example, to feel it more in the shoulders, or to move a little bit to the right or to the left, you could try that as well. The bounce can go on for quite a while. Actually, it makes sense to do it for at least 1 minute. It takes some time for the body to truly respond to that. Keep on going, unless you feel that you start losing your breath or that it gets tiring. And then rather than stopping abruptly, you could slow down gradually. And then settle somewhere where you're not locked. So the knees have a little bit of a micro bend. You can try to find a place where you keep the weight just in the center of the feet. And stop for a moment afterwards, and you might feel lots of sensations, pulsation, vibration, sort of sense of aliveness happening in all of your body. So give yourself a moment to enjoy this after effects. So that's one of the things I could suggest. And the other one, so the bouncing doesn't necessarily work for everyone. So another option is revolving around your own axis. So for that one, it's better to stand a little bit wider, but still perfectly stable, somewhere where it feels comfortable. And you could start with just a kind of half turn around the axis. And over time, you're gonna start gaining some momentum. Now the important part here is that it's best to let go of the shoulders and arms. So they're loose, you're not trying to reach anywhere with them or hold them up. They just travel with the momentum, and they might start hitting the body from the front and from the back. And a good thing about this movement is that you can make it as slow and soft or as dynamic and invigorating as you need. So you could keep both feet on the ground, or if you want to take it to more of a rotation, you could lift alternately one heel off the ground. And check that you have enough space for that movement, that you're not going to hit any objects or the wall behind you. The arms loose, the whole body revolves around its own axis. You choose the pace, and again, it's nice to keep on going for a while. Super soft, very calming and gentle. It could be a little bit more energetic. You could add some oomph to that. All depends what you need. You decide. And each time you can do it a little bit differently. And again, any wish to sigh or make some funny sound. Feel free to do that. Keep on going. And again, rather than suddenly stopping, it's best if you could first slow down. And you see as if each part of the body is slowly switching off, gradually, so that your arms will be the last thing that stop moving. And again, you could stand still for a moment, just to feel the effects to your entire body of this movement. Now, as a sort of complement to that, you could add another rotation that goes kind of opposite way, that you rotate sort of inward. So again, you're going to have your feet apart. At this time, the movement is rotating towards one leg and lifting the front of the foot of that leg while the other knee bends. So that when you go to the other side, the one knee bends, the other one is straight, and the top of the foot comes up. It's quite, sort of comes automatically. So again, as loose body as possible, as little rigidity as possible. a slightly different kind of rotation. You could go deeper if you wish, or you could make it really gentle. You decide on the pace. Arms loose, whole body moves together. And you keep on shifting the weight from one foot to the other. And then you could slow down eventually to return to the center. One more time, stop and feel the ground underneath the feet. Feel the space around you. Maybe a little bit more space in the side body. You could have a few deeper breaths. Maybe even breathe out through the mouth. Lovely. And if you want to add a little bit of a work with the breath and something that brings you energy and gives you some vitality and a boost, you could use breath of joy, which is truly invigorating and actually quite pleasant. And so for that one, you can divide your inhale into 3 parts. So in the first part, the arms move forward. In the second part, the arms move out to the side. In the third part, the arms move up. And then there comes the exhale, one big long exhale. It can be through the mouth and it can be through the sound. That's when you lower the arms. Or if you prefer to make it a whole body movement, you could go forward and down. So I'll show it once first. Inhale forward. Second part, inhale out to the side. Third part, inhale up and exhale down. Inhale, 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 exhale. Inhale, 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 and exhale. Inhale, 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 and exhale. And the last. Okay. And you might have add a little bit more of a heartbeat. Maybe your breathing is a little bit faster, so give yourself time to calm down again. Wait until the heartbeat slows down. And you might want to finish by waiting until the inhalation helps you to lift the arms out and up. And then turn the palms down, and on the exhale, lower them along the midline of the body. And you can repeat it 2 more times. Inhale out and up. Exhale all the way down. Synchronizing the movement in the breath. Inhale and exhale. So you could use any of these separately or all of them together. Perfect mini breaks. I hope you enjoyed.